So what's up? We're back with some more trailers. Now, with these reaction videos, with these reactions right here, I already did the Summerfest, but apparently there's Summer of Gaming. Now, I don't know if that's a whole different conference. I gotta react to the EA conference, the damn, not EA, the E3 conferences, and like Devolver and Ubisoft. It's just a lot. And I think I'll be able to get to all of them. I'm not going to sit through these hour-long conferences about people talking about nothing. But I did find some videos with all the trailers. And this is actually a playlist from IGN with Summer of Gaming. I guess it's different from Summerfest. I don't know. It's too many shit to keep track of. But let's get right into it. This is the Ascent, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see that with my face cam. 12 minutes of gameplay.
Sewage coming out of my fucking rinser this morning. Ever-tight showering in manure. I want this fixed. Get it done before end of cycle and I'll throw in a juicy bonus.
So that's Poon, and he's your boss. You are watching The Ascent, and my name is Arcade, and I'm one of the co-founders and creative directors of Neon Giant. Neon Giant is a new small studio with 12 people based on a bunch of senior developers that made games for a long time, but not together as such. And I'm here to basically blast you through the first 1.5 to 2 hours of the game, but try and do it in 10 minutes with the magic of video editing. So The Ascent is an action shooter RPG. You can play it single player or 2, 3 or 4 player co-op, online or offline.
Okay.
This is the very first part.
I have no
of the
idea
game.
what type of game
You're
this
down
is.
in the
I
maintenance
just
shaft to fix
started
some
from the
kind of machine that
beginning.
seems to be broken.
Beginning?
Usually people don't move around much here. It can be quite dangerous and, well, not a lot of fun stuff to do. But your particular set of skills with guns and cyberdecks make you a very capable indent to send down. And there's no denying that you're pretty far down on the food chain. This is not a hero story about you being the chosen one or you're setting out to save the world. This is you trying to get by either alone or with your friends in co-op.
Oh, this looks stressful. Wait, trying to what?
In co-op.
I was distracted about the gameplay.
This is you trying to get by either alone or with your friends in co-op.
Oh, okay. Just trying to get by. I like being a hero though.
Overall, we're really trying to set a scale and sense of verticality and a world being much bigger than the immediate area that you can move in.
Interesting. I thought with this camera angle that it was going to be a tactical game.
All you really have so far is a pistol, and then as game progresses, not surprisingly, you get way more weapons, armor, augmentation abilities, and tactical stuff, and we'll see some of that moving through this.
Okay. Because he says action RPG, right? So I like action. I like RPGs. Is that a revolver or something?
Interface circuitry replaced.
And if we skip ahead a bit, you've just left the maintenance shaft, and something has seemingly gone awry. People are very stressed, and this is a good place to see that the world offers more than just enemies and shooty. People are very much confused. You are now you're now on your way to Cluster 13 to find the news, basically, to see what's happened. And what you can see in the middle is the ginormous shaft, because everything in this giant arcology is built upon tier and tier and tier and tier, and the higher up you get, the basically the further you move up in status, in people's richness, in environments, and you get to see a lot of this playing through the game. But right now we're in a tier called the Warrens, which is one of the more struggling areas and definitely a harder working one.
I want to talk to somebody.
And sadness. There are hustlers. There's still fun to be had.
I am glad it's one of those games. It seems like one of those games where you can't just talk to random people for nothing.
And to not give away too much of the story,
is that Yoda?
we're actually gonna skip a big chunk of the game here, which is you reaching this cluster 13,
I respect
talking
it.
to a lot of characters, getting side missions, and exploring dialogues. And
See, I wanted to explore
wanted
one
to
dialogue
experience
piece.
that firsthand playing the game. So we'll move ahead a bit to
Alright.
us setting out to try and secure an area for a secret meeting to happen.
Okay.
So this is us basically on the other side of said city of cluster 13, and we can look at the map to see where we're going. We now have
know
one
how I feel
special
about that map.
ability, an automated weapon, and you'll see some more humanoid enemies instead of only the ferals that you could see down in the sewers.
What the fuck was that?
And something to notice as well is that even though there are a lot of enemies around, not all of them will attack on sight, because that's
Really?
not the kind of world this is. They'll threaten you, they'll tell you to go away, and if you
That's
do,
cool.
everything is fine. But we know we're gonna attack, but instead of just running in, we're gonna try and find a safe place and engage from over there.
Damn.
Reading your environment and using covers
This is
and
kinda
things
fun.
like that is a very big part of playing this game in an efficient manner. You can also see a lot of destruction that's all around in the world, and ships flying, drones being around, and just things to make the world come alive. And loot can both be found in the world or by defeating enemies or trading, and there are a myriad of ways to acquire new gear.
Like, show me an inventory, you know what I'm saying? Because the HUD looks
Civilians in the world, they
minimal.
attack the same places as the enemy, so when combat does ensue, they get scared and run off. Again, everything to make this world come alive. And down here we can see some couches as well, that again just gives you a really good cover if you want to engage in combat. Not everything is super obvious as a cover, so it's really up to you to read the environment and you yourself decide what to hide behind.
What was that? Yeah, they probably showed that in the last fight and I was looking away or something.
And enemies can appear from many different places, so you
Oh,
never
shit, you
know
surrounded.
when you're quite safe.
Oh, I like how you took cover around that thing while you... Okay,
What I
I
think
mean...
is fun in this combat is that you can actually see the guy there to the left. We took cover, but we didn't engage him immediately because we only needed cover to basically be safe from that end.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not always shooting over cover, it can also just be protecting your back.
I was onto him. I was onto him.
From this fight, we're just gonna find a good place to try and allocate some skill points as well.
Okay, I mean, I'm sold on the gameplay, but show me the inventory, you know? Okay. No,
Every time
my
you level
bad.
up, you get a set of skill points that you can put into the kind of build of a character you want to do. And the skill points not only affect the skill itself immediately, but it also increases your attributes. And attributes in themselves is actually immediately, but it also increases your...
What's up with that loadout? So, watch this game be better than Cyberpunk. That's not that that's particularly hard, but determines the amount of tactical charge gained from damage inflicted associated with cybernetics attribute. I don't see a tab that says attributes, so. Or is it? Oh, it's right there. Okay, attributes. Okay. So yes, 5 to biometrics. Oh, this shit kind of look fire. Few things. This low-key, man, I like this. This reminds me of when I saw Wastelands 3 kind of upgrade system a little bit, but I was into the tactical stuff. So this could be cool
is
for
actually
me.
what scales your abilities. So depending on how you allocate your points, maybe you fire 3 spray missiles, or maybe you fire 18, and that all comes into your build.
Okay.
This is a bit later, same mission, but again we can really see how we're using the environment as cover, but from several different angles. And the fact that
Some
just
melee
because you
people.
get into cover doesn't mean you're safe forever. You often have to continuously read the environment. You often have to move and change cover to see what's the best place for me to be in right now, depending on, you know, how the enemies try to flank you, but also just where they come from, and also of course what type of enemy it is that you're fighting. And we got some weapon drops there as well, but for weapons we already had, so no point in swapping. And if we just bring up our cyber deck, we can also make sure to highlight all enemies in the area, so it makes it easier to read the situation.
Really? Let me see how that looked.
Highlight all enemies in the area, so it makes it easier to read the situation.
Was that just animation? I didn't see anything actually pop up button-wise. Cool though. Now I want to see the cyber deck.
And here we find a pair of really cool party pants. So we just
This might be for me.
and swap out our
Cause I like messing around with Wastelands, but the tactical
armor
part
has
is like
a
really.
different set of stats with different damage
What is
types and
into?
how well to react to that. So you might have an armor that's really good against physical damage, for example, but really weak against energy, like laser weapons and stuff. And that's all up to you as well to figure out how you want to build your character. And all the armor, all
Looks
the
good, too.
weapons, everything in the game
Like
is
this video-
handcrafted with all
This video
the
you could tell doesn't do the game justice, because it's very. I can just tell that the game doesn't look
Armor,
like this,
all-
but the video does.
all the weapons, everything in the game.
Sure, the game
is
would look much
handcrafted
better.
with custom art and names and descriptions, and everything is there to build on the lore of the world. So everything has a place. And here we get really lucky because that jogger actually dropped both a grenade and a shotgun, 2 things we didn't have as well, and that's just pure luck. So I'm glad we got that on video.
I like this guy.
Let's grab the shotgun.
He's a cool vibe. He chill, you know. He don't sound like he bullshitting.
The tactical equipment like grenades are filled up by causing damage and injuring enemies. And here we can see clearly that shotgun isn't really very good at a distance, but
Wait, what exactly
and
was
here we can see
increased?
clearly that causing damage. The tactical equipment like grenades are filled up by causing damage
Oh,
and
okay.
injuring enemies.
Alright, I misunderstood
And
that.
here we can see clearly that
That's cool.
shotgun isn't really very good at a distance,
I like that.
but super efficient when you're close up. So then it comes down to managing your 2 equipped weapons back and forth, and there's even a skill that's about weapon swapping. And we'll wrap up this with one of the late mission fights, and we just really hope that you enjoy what you see, that you are excited for the game, and that you'll play it when it's out this year. Thank you so much.
I keep an eye out. This shit see fire. This shit see fire, but I don't even think it's probably not even. Y'all see that? It wasn't anything. It was just a streamer. But I was looking up to see what. Oh, I saw an Xbox and Windows. It's not even maybe one day. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll get into PC gaming on PC. I just don't be wanting to. I don't know. It just when I get on this, I want to like, damn. I want to get on like YouTube shit or like, you know, just not. Damn.
our strategy game.
All right, that was cool.